Good evening and welcome to Mystic Matters. I'm Kristin Hartnett, Membership Manager at the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce. A shout out to Susette, who will not be with us this evening. So sad, but I'm sure that we will have a good time anyway, and we will wish Susette well, and she'll be here next week. If you'd like to get on our Facebook page, then you can let her know exactly what you think about her taking time off. How could she take time off? Like she's busy or something. Anyway, we know she is. So thank you to Susette, and I will be very excited to interview some folks that are in a nonprofit organization that is here in Mystic. We try to interview mostly nonprofit organizations from our chamber membership because they do so much for this community, and we're so grateful for all the work that they do. So this is Sales Up for Cancer is going to be the show, and we're going to show you a short video to explain a little bit about what they do, and then come back and talk to Bob Davis, CEO and founder, and Allison Blaine Hughes, director. So be right back.
What better way to not only raise resources to fight cancer, but to raise awareness?
Being part of this community and being able to contribute to something that's worthwhile, being able to contribute to the Sales Up for Cancer Fund gives you a good feeling.
It's just a great way to help a worthy cause, have some fun, and raise money for relief.
Being sick is expensive, and not everybody has family members to pay the rent or the car payment or even to buy groceries. So for us to be able to give money directly to individuals that are going through cancer treatment is huge.
I mean, it changes your life, and going through 2 cancers and surviving 2 cancers, you just have a different outlook. Anybody who tells you that they don't is lying to you, and I have a much more spiritual way of looking at things.
We like to focus on the good stories, the people that are helped, and there are so many people that are helped, and Bob is one of them that has a good outcome, and we want that for everybody.
My name is Alex Hankey, and I live in Mystic, Connecticut, and I'm 9 years old. And when I had cancer,
I came to know Alex because I have a 12-year-old, and a few years ago, they were in the same elementary school. Alex is a couple of years behind.
so they sent me to Yale because I had cancer and I had a very bad reaction to the contrast that they gave me. And I stayed in the hospital for about 3 months, but
it made me realize just how localized this horrible disease can be, that it can affect somebody as wonderful and bright and energetic and innocent and young as Alex.
a lot of my family helped me through it. Like my stepbrother was planning to be like some zombie or something, and he ended up being a Yale doctor instead and calling himself Dr. Jack. And my mom gave me hugs every day.
And we had just started a new program called the Spinnaker Fund, which was devoted to donating funds directly to helping families cope.
Sales Up for Cancer reached out. I did some paperwork, and very quickly things were turned around, and they gave us a stipend to help out with the medical expenses. And not only did they do that, but there are members of the community that reached out to us personally and wished us well. Very supportive group of folks. We are beyond thrilled as a family that Alex's prognosis is good. He's been cancer-free now for about 14 months.
I'm feeling great.
you definitely need a support system because we don't yet have a cure for this disease.
We have one of the highest concentrations of cancer anywhere in the country here in eastern Connecticut.
Somewhere north of 45,000 kids in the United States are in active treatment for cancer right now.
So we need an army of people. We put on a lot of events during the year. If you'd like to volunteer to flip burgers or sell tickets or otherwise help us organize these events that raise money for Cells Up for Cancer, we welcome you with open arms.
Well, the regatta is our big event, and it's an all-day event where we have activities for children during the day. We have a wellness expo during the day. And then when the regatta is over, we have a big party for all the sailors and supporters, and we have a good time.
To have a day to escape everything and to be out here just on the water, in the sunshine, on a beautiful day is an amazing, amazing escape and respite from what they're going through. It's an incredible, incredible experience for them.
Well, it's amazing the practitioners that we have that come to the wellness that's set up. We have everything from supplements to yoga to Reiki, which is an energy healing. It's a great way to relax because, again, we know when we're relaxed, the body can actually now start to heal itself. We are not defined by our disease. We are not defined by our symptoms, but we are defined as a whole, and that's the approach that we need to take individually with each person.
You may not be able to be at the bedside of a Center for Hospice Care patient, but by contributing to that fund, you can help us help that person.
Quality of life and easy logistics and being able to get to and from your treatments are things that go toward how successful your treatment is going to be.
And just to be embraced and held in the hearts of the people that support this organization is so powerful for these kids.
The entire board, it's a great group. The vibe is really good. We have a lot of fun.
The Cells Up for Cancer is growing each year. Each year we get bigger, we get better, we get more people who are aware of what we can offer them. We get more awareness of people who want to donate, to help. And again, it's a local community. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody wants to help. It's like helping family. Community is family, and that's what's important.
So this is a wonderful organization in Mystic, and we're very grateful for them for being in the community and helping the community. So I want to welcome you to the show, Bob.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Sure, and Allison, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
And Bob, tell me a little bit about how this organization started.
It started as a result of my love of sailing and surviving 2 cancers and knowing how blessed and how fortunate I was. And it was a calling to give back to those that were less fortunate than I. Okay. And hence, we put together this organization, Cells Up for Cancer. And one of the things that or several more than one, that I'm very, very proud of is, for example, our Spinnaker Fund. And that's a fund, I'll let Allison, she can talk to it a little bit more. But aside from us giving to our local cancer hospital and hospice and some other organizations, I believe that we are the only organization around that gives money directly to cancer patients that are going through treatment and are suffering financial stress as a result of being overwhelmed with their bills. Allison, if you want to say anything about that.
Well, the Spinnaker Fund, we've been around for 7 years. I've been fortunate enough to be on the board now as director for just a couple of years, and I cannot believe some of the letters that we receive from people, anywhere from a couple of letters to 7 or 8 letters a week, people who are suffering from cancer, who can't pay simple things like their electric bill, or put food on their table, or pay their rent. And it pulls at my heartstrings. And we were able to give them a one-time donation of $500 or $1,000 or $1,500. What I would like to see for this organization is to be able to bring in some larger grants and some much bigger donors and donations to perhaps put these people in a position where we can give them weekly or monthly funds to help so that they don't have to worry about how they're going to pay their rent, how they're going to feed their children. It's very humbling and fortunate for us to be able to give them a donation. But again, what do they do next month when that money is spent?
So you have events throughout the year that you raise funds.
Right, exactly. Our biggest event is the Sales Up for Cancer Annual Regatta and Wellness Expo. And that takes place like the third week in June. And I think it's just a tremendous event. We have now a party on the Friday night. We call it the Skipper's Party. Saturday we have a regatta. But aside from that, while the regatta is going on, we've made a connection and relationship, and we have this synergy with the Sunshine Kids. And this is an organization that helps children that are also battling cancer. And what we do is we give them a day out on the water. We charter a yacht for them. Usually it's the Prudence. And there's about 50 of them that go out on that. They watch the start of the race. Then they come back underneath the tent, and they have Mystic Pizza, Drawbridge ice cream. April does her balloons, face painting. Tony Manfredi brings in the fire trucks. Neil from Free Men of the Sea, the Pirates. We have music. It's just an absolute fantastic day. I think it was mentioned in the video that we saw earlier from Brooks. But I mean, that tugs at your heartstrings when you see the little children that are battling cancer, and we've given them a day of relief as well as their families.
Yeah, and I saw Russ Kramer, who's one of our friends, an artist that was in the Mystic Outdoor Art Festival. He was Best in Show, but I saw that he was talking about how, and this is a mistake of humanity to think that cancer can't hit just anybody, but when it hits somebody that's close to you, then all of a sudden you start to rethink what your perception of it was, that it's not necessarily anybody that's living poorly, it's not anybody, it doesn't discriminate at all.
Absolutely not. It has there's no boundaries, young, old, poor, rich, black, white, brown, yellow, whatever. It attacks everyone. And when it attacks, it's a terrible, terrible thing. There's tremendous strides that have taken place in the last 10, 15 years in terms of research and immunotherapy kind of treatments. But there's still a long, long, long way to go. And that's one of the reasons why we started the Spinnaker Fund. Because if we're a small charity, hopefully, we're getting larger, but to give money for research seems to get lost in the bureaucracy. Mm-hmm. And we can do more within our community here in Mystic. We're a big L&M Cancer Hospital, receives a nice sum of money from us every year. And when we give that money to them, we earmark it. And I'm very proud of the fact that they use it for the transportation fund, which assists people that, Uber, taxi cabs, that can't get to their treatments, as well as something they just started this year, which is the Single Woman Head of Household Fund. And we're really proud that we've been a part of that, as well as hospice. Like Allison was saying, we get letters from hospice. People can't put food in their pantry because they're broke, and here they are having to battle this disease. And as someone who's gone through it, I can't begin to even express how stressful it is. And I was fortunate that I could pay my bills, but these people that don't have the money, that can't pay their electric bill and get a shut-off notice and are sick from chemotherapy and or radiation and or surgery, it's really, really, really tragic. So again, I'm really, really proud of the things we can do to help those people.
So the Spinnaker Fund is specifically for that. So if people wanted to reach out to you, people that are watching, for instance, how would they address you, or how would they send that along?
They can go to our website and fill out an application. A lot of them write these personal, heartfelt letters, and we read them, and some of them actually attach their bills. We can actually pay the bills directly for them or provide them with the funds to pay their bills. And as we've said, cancer does not discriminate, but my personal tragedy is to see how children are affected, both children with cancer and the children who have a single mom maybe who's struggling with cancer and is too sick to work and doesn't have the money to provide food for her children. So I think when we see the Sunshine Kids at our event, it's just overwhelming to see the smiles on their faces. A lot of them have no hair, no eyebrows, and they may even look sick, but to see them smile for that day, eating ice cream, face painting, creating works of art with one of our volunteers, Julie Garvin-Riggs, who helps the kids make beautiful pieces of art to take home. And they're just so proud, and their parents are so proud. Again, and at our Sales Up for Cancer Regatta event, at the party that we have that evening, we have a lot of donated items. We have baskets and gift certificates from local restaurants, and everyone can bid on those. And that's a big way that we raise money. So we hope that people will come out next summer and really bid on those items. A lot of them are items you're going to use anyway. If you go to the local restaurants, why not get a tax donation and spend maybe a little more money than it's actually worth for a really good cause.
Yeah. I have to say, on piggyback on what Allison just said, we're extremely fortunate that we're connected with Subaru, more specifically Holmgren Subaru out of Franklin, Connecticut.
And we actually have a picture of you guys receiving a
Oh,
check
really?
from them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Frank, do you have a picture?
There you go. This will be our 4th year that we're part of the Subaru America Share the Love campaign. And they have it goes from, I think, beginning of December to the beginning of January. And we get a certain amount for every car that they sell. And last year, we've got close to $32,000. Now, this is a tremendous amount of money for us to receive in one lump sum. And the Holmgren family is to be saluted, not only for what they do for us, but for what they contribute to the community at large. Donating to the hospital, to the PETA, Adopt a Pet, really a community-orientated organization. So kudos to Tom, Eric Holmgren in this picture. That's Dawn. Get the gentleman on the left and the other guy. Well, we don't need to say. We don't need to say much about him. Right.
And what's the next picture of? We have another picture. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, Allison,
Is
you
that the
wanted
fire
to-
department?
This is the day of the regatta with the kids. The local fire companies bring in the fire trucks and let the kids ride inside the fire truck, sit outside, take pictures. They wear the fire hats. They get to ring the bell. So it's a wonderful day for them.
Next was. All right, this one is another good friend of ours down at Drawbridge Ice Cream, Cheryl Robdo.
Yeah.
She couldn't be, she's just absolutely a jewel, a gem. All of the kids go down there and they have a special queue for them. And when they get up there, they ask what can they order, and they're told you can have anything you want. So they're wearing the Sales Up for Cancer hats, and then of course they're indulging in ice cream sundaes with strawberries and sprinkles and hot fudge and whipped cream, and they're just absolutely over the moon with the whole thing. This Main Street, obviously, we put this up the week before, thanks to the Chamber. As you can see, it's the Regatta Party and Wellness Expo this particular weekend. And you can see another thing is Holmgren Subaru and also Mystic Shipyard. Jeff Marshall has extended the use of his facilities for us for years and years. And he's another one that you can't say enough about his contributions to the Mystic community.
It's such a great place to have a party down there.
Yeah. And here they are. There's the Schooner Wharf. And this was the group that we had. I think that this was 2017. This was this year. We got dealt a serious blow with weather because it was some of the thickest fog that I had ever seen. And, no wind, but the captain of the Prudence took the kids down there and looked in the sound and then turned around and came back. And when I asked how did everyone enjoy themselves, once again, they were just ecstatic and they were over the moon. And then you hear from the parents, they're so grateful because they reiterate that we could have never afforded a day like this. And God bless you and thank you so much. And, we really appreciate everything we hear from them, and we'll continue to work with them as long as I'm here. So I think, what else? We got another picture?
Yeah.
There we go. Allison, this is U.S. Navy.
Yeah, we had the U.S. Navy volunteers come out. They were absolutely awesome. They did anything and everything. They helped with our balloon raffle. They helped with the kids.
Flipping burgers.
They were flipping burgers, and no matter what you asked them to do, they were up for it. And they were just young and ambitious, and really having a great time, which was wonderful to see. They were good with kids and adults alike. And I just want to go back to one thing that Bob said about Holmgren Subaru and Mystic Shipyard. It's donors like that we could really use more of. These people that are local businesses that are really, really successful and maybe can afford to give us a little bit of money on every car they sell or a piece of clothing or food, whatever it might be. We're looking for more donors like that and possibly more grants if there's anything out there. Possible grants that maybe someone could let us know at Sales Up for Cancer. You can go to our website and let us know about these grants. We really need more money to help these people on a consistent basis.
And you can see the direct results, like you said, because you're not just sending it off into the moon or just sending it for research in general, but it's actually going right back into the community and helping specific people.
And we get the thank you letters from the people almost immediately.
Right, and the testimonials, you can go on our website and you can see some of the testimonials from people that we assisted. We have been successful with some grants from our local banks, Chelsea Groton, one of them, I believe Dime Bank. It's not nearly enough to satisfy everything that we need to do. And now that we're getting more branded and the word is getting out, like Allison has said earlier, we're beginning to get upwards of like a half a dozen grant requests in per week. And I don't think that we've denied anyone. If we see one and we vet it and we're not really all that comfortable with it, typically we'll send them a few $100s with Stop and Shop gift cards, so we can keep them on sustenance. But it's a process that's really, really difficult, and we've got to keep our eye on the bottom line on how much cash we keep in our account. So as Allison said, the grants. Really, really important. And like I said, there's no salaries. Our overhead is insurance for the most part, marketing expenses, and that's about it. We don't have offices. We don't spend a lot of money on that. So everything that we really take in really goes back out, we got a gold star rating from, I forget the name of the organization that ranks charities.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Well,
we got
congratulations.
gold star rating from them, yeah.
And so it's an all-volunteer organization.
Yeah.
I think that we have a picture of the folks on the organization.
Oh, we do?
Maybe the board. Frank, do we have a picture of that, the last picture?
No.
The next one. Next
One after that?
Yeah. That one.
I think it's the next one with our jackets.
No, maybe not.
That might have been in the video.
It was in the video.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you to those folks that are on your board, but you could also use some more folks on the board of directors, or do you have a volunteer corps?
We just had a meeting last night about a big event that we're putting on next year, just a little teaser out there. We will be putting some monthly little teasers out there about this big event that we're holding in downtown Mystic at one of our volunteers' homes. It's going to be very, very exciting, something very, very different. We also do music showcases and art showcases. We'd like to ask people out there if you can go to our website, see when our events are, and please come out and support us, buy some artwork. Please provide us with donations, whatever you can do. We really could use your help.
Yeah, and I might add to that, what you mentioned about volunteers. After watching this, if there's anyone out there that wants to volunteer, you can go to our website, su4c.org, contact myself. Everybody has their contact information on there, Allison, and you're going to have a heck of a lot of fun. It's going to be very, very, very rewarding. If you love to help people, love the whole concept of sailing and marine and living in this wonderful area that we do, with all of the seafaring activities, contact us and let's get together. We'll have a great time. I think we have a tremendous amount of fun as well. And
I think you do.
It's really rewarding, and I know that when typically I get the mail, and when I open up the thank you letters and the cards that we get from people, and I send them out, I can't help but getting tremendously choked up. And we really depend upon that. Obviously, that's the evidence of the fund, so we need that to further, our cause, to get more grants. But it just absolutely breaks your heart, and I know that when Allison sees some of these people, just, oh my God. Yeah.
Well, and sometimes you spend a lifetime and maybe you make a difference in one person's life, or something wonderful happens and you realize that you've made an impact, maybe once, but you folks are making an impact over and over and over
Daily.
again. And that is really tremendous. And we thank you from the Mystic Chamber of Commerce and the business community for all the work that you're doing. And I do definitely hope that more people will get involved with this and contribute any way that you can for Sails Up for Cancer. And I wanted to thank you guys for being on the show. Thank you, Allison.
Thank you for having us. This was a wonderful day. Thank you.
Good. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Kristin. Thank you, Allison. Yeah, the other thing that I was thinking about that I wanted to mention though too. We also do the Mystic Chamber of Commerce Irish Parade.
Oh, you do?
Yes. Okay. And we get a shout out for that, and we do that with the Mystic Mudheads.
Yeah.
And we got a float, and we've got a band playing, part Woolly Mammoth and Cabin Fever, and
you guys work with the Mudheads on
course.
the Sails Up.
Yeah.
We actually got some kind of an award this
2 years in a row. Sorry, but I can't remember which ones they were. Oh, I think we were
most original.
Best float and everything. Yeah, I had a little party at Harp and Hound, those guys out there. And so really, really proud about that. We shouted out the Mudheads and Sails Up for Cancer. It was a joint venture, and it's been going like that for, 4 or 5 years now. And that's a hell of a lot of fun.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, is the community is so generous.
Yeah.
And we always find a way to have fun at the same time that we're giving money.
Right.
We love that. I mean,
And
that's just a great
also, too, what's a
combination.
big thing is we do restaurant nights.
Yeah.
Dog Watch Cafe, Dave Eck and Company, absolutely fantastic. I think Harbor House has been great to us. Trying to think, I don't want to miss anyone. I think we got one coming up with Chapter 1.
Oh, when is that?
Down in Mystic.
It'll be on our website.
Okay.
I'm not sure if we have the exact date yet, but anybody who goes there, they just mention that they're there for Sails Up, and part of the proceeds from their bill that night comes directly to us. And I'd just like to thank Bob for starting this organization. Bob, you're awesome. We all love you. We're glad that you're
Healthy.
in remission
Oh, yeah.
now, and we hope we never see your cancer come back again, so we can be long and healthy to help everybody else out there that has
Thank you.
cancer.
Thank you, Allison. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm all done. No more treatments.
All right.
No more, ever again.
Nothing.
Thank you.
Good. All right. So for those of you out there that are thinking about contributing, go ahead and do it. Just look up the website and come to one of the events. It is such a blast. And help at one of the events. That's an even better way to do it. So Bob and Allison, and for myself, the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce, we wish you good evening.
Thank you.